Today on Monday, November 3rd, 2025, we are going to be discussing the overall pattern as we get further into November for the continental US. So to start off, we have the Climate Prediction Center, and the Climate Prediction Center suggests that below average temperatures will be the case for a good portion of the eastern half of the US, especially in the Northeast, and then above average temperatures will dominate quite a bit of the western US over the next 6 to 10 days. If we take a look at the precipitation outlook as well, below average precipitation is expected into a large portion of the central US and then above average into the Northeast and western US. Now if we look at the 8 to 14 day range, and we'll look at the temperature outlook to begin. And so the Climate Prediction Center once again has above average temperatures dominating the central and parts of the western US, and then also a chance for below average temperatures to hang around into portions of the eastern US, especially into the Northeast and mid-Atlantic for the next 8 to 14 days. Taking a look now at the precipitation outlook, the Climate Prediction Center wants to show above average precipitation for quite a bit of the western US and north central US, with around average precipitation into the central and eastern US, and then some areas seeing just a little below average for precipitation around and for this time of year. Once again, this is the latest 8 to 14 day outlook. So what does precipitation look like as we get further into this week and then into this weekend? So we'll start off with tomorrow on Tuesday, and we could see some rain and even some snow getting into the northwestern US, and then even more rain getting into the Pacific Northwest as we get into Wednesday, and even a little bit of a clipper-like system that may move into the Northeast sometime late Wednesday into early on Thursday, and this could actually bring some snow into portions of the Northeast, maybe Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, even into upstate New York potentially. Then as we get further into this week, later on into Friday, maybe another system up here into Canada, bringing some snow up there. And then as we go into Friday and Saturday, this will start to bring some below average temperatures into the central and eastern US. And then as we get into this upcoming Saturday on the 8th and into Sunday, we could potentially see another system that moves through the Midwest, and this could deliver some snow into some of those states in the Midwest and even into the Great Lakes states as well. And then it will potentially move on up kind of towards the Northeast as well as we get into late this upcoming weekend and early next week. And this will deliver a large and very cool air mass into the central and eastern US, and cold temps will reach all the way down into the southeast as we get into early next week. And those below average temperatures will probably hang around for at least a few days well into the middle of next week. Now finally taking a look at the GEFS ensembles, and we'll go into this upcoming Friday. And so as you can see, we have a pretty strong troughing moving into the Midwest and the eastern US as we go into this weekend, and that will start to dive down and remain pretty strong as we get into this upcoming Monday on the 10th. And so that will once again bring those below average temperatures or that cold air well down into these areas into the eastern US, and that ridge in the west, that red color there, will dominate those areas and will allow for well above average temperatures to dominate over the next several days. And finally, as we get into maybe the middle of next week, that trough starts to slowly move out and the ridge slowly begins to weaken. So that'll wrap it up for today's update. I know it was a pretty short one, but I do appreciate all of y'all watching, and I will talk to y'all on the next one.